Give me a hot pink Cosmopolitan and some drama.
Give me a Kettle One soda. With a twist. Give me an early morning tea time and a Bloody Mary with Kettle One vodka.
Give me a cocktail with Kettle One vodka.
When Superman is off saving the day, DQ is here with a $7 meal deal. Now with the $2 small blizzard, $2 more. This summer, save on all your faves at DQ.
Hey, John Hamm, you still coming to my dog's birthday party?
I have to sell my car.
Well, just sell it to Carvana.
Carvana?
Isn't that your car?
Okay, fine, I sold it to Carvana. Thank you.
So you'll come?
What, are we gonna walk? Sell your car to Carvana today.
This is the one who keeps it moving. He stocks the right parts and knows just where to find them. Because this is about more than business. The industrial grade products you need. Call, click, or stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My basketball journey began when I was really, really little and really developed not just a passion for the game, but a real interest. Over the course of my career, I experienced everything. 4 years playing for Coach K, winning championships, jumping in the NBA,
Amazing!
being an elite player, and then all of a sudden having it all go away, having to fight to resume your career and getting back and playing, having great joy and fulfillment, great experiences. All of that led me to NBA TV.
When the Knicks play, we are contractually obligated to do a celebrity rip. Out in Vegas, it's the players that are here. That's Mikal Bridges on the right, Deuce McBride on the left. That's Karl Anthony Towns' dad on the right side of your screen.
And Karl Anthony Towns is here as well.
But we're going to show his dad. In terms of the Pistons, Tobias Harris, Cade Cunningham sporting the new look.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Plenty other Pistons here as well. Tyler Kolek driving here, penetrating, gets himself open. Jenkins comes down with it. Knicks down by 12. Pistons shooting 50% from the field. Jenkins.
Yeah, they're not the kind of possession you want when one guy has it the entire possession, but it ends up working out for Jenkins, who continues to make shots.
You're more of a process guy, not a results guy.
Well, you might win the result on that possession, but it doesn't bode well for future possessions if there's no ball movement.
Kevin McCullough with a good possession there. He's now got 6 points for the Knicks. Lanier. I think Pistons fans are having a flashback when we say Lanier. Oh, the big rejection by Holland, but it comes right to McCullough. Kolek gives the Knicks a third opportunity. 7 on the clock. Kolek whips it. Beauchamp, the runner. Pure. Knicks starting to get something going here a little bit over the last couple of moments.
Yeah. One of the better stretches they've had offensively is they just continue to struggle to take care of the basketball.
3 ball hoisted up and in by Chaz Lanier.
You talked about it. He can shoot the basketball.
He won the Jerry West Award as the best shooting guard in the country last year. Underneath, the Knicks go to James Nagy. Pistons up by 11, 3:15 to go.
You get a travel switch pivots there. Nagy doing a good job there, pressuring out beyond the three-point line.
Couple of substitutions. Company of the game. Tyler Kolek so far for the Knicks. 2 of 6 from the field. 6 points, his 3 assists. Knicks have turned it over 9 times. That's a 10th. And that's going to be a transition take foul. Absolutely. And we're going to get a timeout on the court. When we come back, Pistons will be shooting free throws and they'll get the ball back. Chaz Lanier, one of the most prolific three-point shooters in college basketball last year, has the Pistons up by 11.
Americans, we can do anything we want, except one thing. We just can't stop being American. So get out there, take your swing, rev your engines and let freedom ring, and never, ever,
Great job this afternoon, I should say. A great job of shooting the basketball, attacking, setting the tone, been physical defensively. I've been impressed with what the Pistons have done here thus far in this first half.
And he'll shoot the transition take foul free throw. Danish Jenkins in the G League last year averaged 18.5 points and 6.5 assists. Among two-way players last year, NBA and G League, he handed out the most assists of anybody. Here's Jenkins. Now to Lanier. Lanier started his college career in North Florida, then transferred to Tennessee. Tolo Smith got hit. He'll go back to the... This will be his fourth and fifth free throw attempts.
And the Pistons as a group, right? They've been the more aggressive team, the more physical team, and they've been the first to hit both sides of the ball. That's one reason why they've been able to create this separation.
Coming up in the second half, we'll have an in-depth conversation about the state of the Pistons with the president of basketball operations, Trajan Langdon, expected to sit down and chat with us. You like talking to Duke guys?
I love them. My wife went to Duke from med school, so I told her it doesn't really count, but she claims it.
Yeah, you say that to her face?
All the time.
Smith denied by Hockporty.
We're kind of partial to the Tar Heels in that one.
I just figured you'd love Duke because one of your greatest memories of all time.
No, I don't dislike Duke. I have a tremendous respect for them. I think they have an incredible program. And how about this block shot? Not in my house.
Not. Danish Jenkins running the point here with 2:10 to go in the first half. Pistons have dominated from the start. And now they lead it 43-28.
Jenkins just continues to get where he wants, what he wants out on the floor.
Pistons have led the whole way and now have their largest advantage of the night, plus 15. Beauchamp, long two, makes it a 13-point game. Marjon Beauchamp couldn't work in Milwaukee, eventually got shipped to the Clippers, ended up with New York. Jenkins backs it out. Hockporty comes up with a hard foul on the hedge.
Good foul. That's a really good foul because he's kind of feeling himself right now, Jenkins, getting where he wants. And sometimes you just need to send a little message to let him know it's not going to be like that all game. And you can tell he did not like the contact.
Ron Holland who started this game off strong. He's got 7 points, 2 of 3 from the field. It's a backboard violation. They will indeed call it. That'll be turnover number 10 on the Pistons. So not the cleanest first half by either one of these teams who are making their debut out here in the 2025 NBA Summer League. Greg Anthony, Stephanie Reddy, I'm Jared Greenberg.
And you talk about really the difference in the game, because both teams have turned it over. 10 for the Pistons, 11 for the Knicks. The difference, the Pistons have only given up 4 points off those turnovers. They get, still 4. And Pistons have picked up 20.
Hokporty was too strong on the dunk attempt. 1:15 to go, and there's another turnover by Detroit. That's their 11th, but to your point.
Dead ball. So that means you get to go and set your defense. You keep them out of transition. You don't want to turn it over, but in a lot of ways, it's like a missed shot.
This is the second of our 4 games on NBA TV today. Coming up a little later on, Bulls and Raptors, then Clippers and Rockets. Arjan Beauchamp carving his way in. Beauchamp off the front of the iron. Under a minute to go here in the half. 43-30. Smith gets it over to Holland. Holland in traffic. Corner 3. Good for Bobby Klintman.
When they haven't turned it over, they've been really good in the half court in terms of their execution.
McCullough gets past the defense. Offensive foul.
It should be on Hokporty there, trying to shield off the secondary defender on that drive.
Hokporty on a standard contract now with the New York Knicks after his 2-way deal was converted back in November. Got into 25 games. Only played 25 games, primarily because he's coming off of a torn meniscus in his left knee. There's about a 7-second differential in the timer here. Another turnover, the 12th by the Pistons. Can the Knicks make them pay? Yes, they do. Arjan Beauchamp starting to feel it here a little bit. Beauchamp's got 8 points now. Shot clock off. 46-32. 1 second to go for Holland. Does he get off on time? He did, but it doesn't go down. A real solid first half by the Pistons. It's been all Detroit from wire to wire. 13 from Jenkins, 9 from Smith to go along with 4 rebounds. What up, though? Detroit 46, New York 32. Halftime festivities coming up next on NBA TV.
It wasn't the late night shoot-arounds or the tournament trips. That's not what got me here.
Knicks center Karl Anthony Towns has the story.
I've been around New York City my entire life, so I've been in my share of yellow taxis. As an NBA center, I thought I had a tough job. I can't imagine what being a big city cab driver must be like, especially for someone around my size. Nat Sweetwater Clifton was not only an NBA All-Star, but after his playing career, he took a job behind the wheel to drive a cab in his hometown of Chicago. Check out this vintage archival footage from 1988 as we ride the streets with the man called Sweets.
This is something I like to do, and I enjoy it, and give me something to do. And I think that I don't care how long, whatever you do, you should try to be happy. I don't care if you retire, you should do something. You'd be surprised. I get a lot of publicity around here, and anybody that's over 45 years old, something like that, they see that name now. They say, you got a brother named Sweetwater? Well, I say, I'm the guy I think you're looking for, and then that's how I get started.
Sweetwater Clifton, number 8, former mainstay of the Harlem Globetrotters.
When I was coming up, I never drank, anything like that. So when the guys was asked, he said, you want something to drink? And they said, well, bring him some Sweetwater, like that. So that's how that got started. And they bring me some pop, something like that. So the guys on the team started calling me Sweetwater.
Sweets just passed him for a marvelous underhand shot.
I never was nervous, about what I was doing. Some guys, when they're under pressure, I was always lucky when it came to that. I never lost the game, by missing a free throw or foul or anything like that.
And the Sweets ever fool them. An easy score.
They thought it was showing off when you dunked the ball or something like that. They wanted me to play pretty much straight basketball. They didn't want to play, do anything fancy or anything like that. But I used to, on occasion, I had to dunk because I'd get away from the guys, and the only thing I'd do is go up and jump over them. And I would dunk the ball occasionally. Now, we call it a dunk then. Now they're stuffing the ball. What I do is I got about 4 real good customers during the day, and I pick them in the morning and I go get them in the evening. This is what I'll probably do when I can't do nothing else, It's something that I like to do, so I'll probably continue this.
That's just a short excerpt there from our NBA Pioneers series on NBA TV. Look at this battle happening here in Vegas. We're coming right back for some more hoops on the court inside the pavilion. Second half gets underway in just a moment between the Knicks and Pistons on NBA TV.
I'm on that next level, next level, on the next level. Nobody do it like this.
People,
Detroit has been dominant throughout. Greg Anthony, the running Rebel legend, Jared Greenberg on the sideline, Stephanie Reddy. Coming up next here on NBA TV, it'll be the Bulls and Raptors. Chris Miles, Steve Smith, Dennis Scott getting set to bring you that action. But right now, we got 2 quarters of basketball to go. Takeum Dadier starts the 3rd quarter with a 3 off target. Knicks in that first half. Just 1 for 9 from 3. Greg, turnovers, both teams sloppy. But it seems like the Pistons have been able to capitalize better on those miscues.
Yeah, we talk a lot about shot quality, right? I think the Pistons' shot quality in the half court far better in that first half, but also their turnover quality. Most of theirs were dead ball, so they didn't get hurt nearly as badly as the Knicks did, giving up 20 points off those turnovers.
Dadier with the bucket. He's now got 5 points. Dadier, the 25th pick in the draft last year. Last year got into 18 games with the Knicks only logged 118 minutes. Played 23 games with Westchester. Colo Smith, real breakout performance in the first half. Ron Holland with thunderous putback.
You see the Pistons big team jumping up off the sidelines to high-five him. That was an impressive follow-up. And again, that's the thing about him. I don't, just because you want to improve in certain areas, don't ever forget what got you here. It's his energy and activity.
Jalen Duren down there?
Jalen Duren, Cade, Tobias Harris. I think Sasser's over there. I tell you, that's another aspect of Summer League that's awesome. To have the veteran guys all come to your game, be at the practices, giving you some guidance and some knowledge. It really helps the development of your young guys as they continue on their journey.
Beauchamp off on the 3. Kolick tries to poke it away. Up ahead, the Pistons are running. This is Chaz Lanier off on the 3. And Hawkporty comes down with it. So this New York team, Beauchamp gets the bucket and the foul in transition.
I'll tell you what, that was a terrific pass by Kolick.
We'll see if Marjon Beauchamp could stick on a 2-way deal here. Knicks keeping their options open with their 2-way contracts. It's wild that the Knicks are going to come in with these expectations. You couple what they did last year with the injuries in the Eastern Conference, and the Knicks, you have to think, have as good of a shot as pretty much anybody else in the Eastern Conference to come out.
I think it's a great point you make there, Jared. The one question I have, too, in talking with Mike Brown, what tweaks? Because I don't think he knows yet what he's going to tweak. A lot of times philosophically you have a certain way you like to play, but that's got to be based on personnel. And then you got to see, is he going to change in terms of trying to develop their depth, saying things that maybe he thinks they need for Leon Rose to go out and acquire if there's still more deals to be made.
Yeah, there is Leon Rose there at the end.
I call him the quiet assassin. Quiet assassin. Leon doesn't talk to people. Just stays behind the scenes. I actually think it's a brilliant strategy.
He just shook my hand.
Well, he's actually a wonderful human being, and I think he's brilliant in his approach. Because in New York, no matter what you say, somebody's going to find a way to pick at it.
Yeah.
So oftentimes it's just better to say nothing. Let your actions speak, and that's what he's done. No one saw the Tibbs firing coming.
Nobody did. I would say this, though. It puts an awful lot on your head coach, who is contractually obligated to face the media twice a day, every game day, and when you practice, to speak to the media, to be the face and the voice of an organization when no others will be held accountable because they don't speak to the media.
Well, your accountability as a front office is to the owner and the product that you put out there. And so if you think about the tenure that Leon Rose has had with the Knicks, it's been an impressive one. And I think a lot of times you need to do what's best for you and the organization. And then when you're Mike Brown and you paid the big bucks, that's your job to go out and speak to the media and address the fans.
Takeum Dadier, the drive and the score. And now the Knicks are within 8.
A little 7-0 run here. You get back in it.
One of the big criticisms, fair or unfair, as Dennis Jenkins scores out of St. John's. One of the big criticisms, again, fair or unfair, of Tom Thibodeau is his lack of use of the bench. And one of the great advantages here is Ken Cullard Jr. scores for the Knicks for Mike Brown as he steps in. As you have to say, what Leon Rose and Worldwide Wes and Ursan Rosas did over the last couple of weeks is they gave more depth to Mike Brown, more arguably than Tom Thibodeau ever had. Lanier knocks down the mid-range jumper. They add Jordan Clarkson. They add Gerson Yabusele.
Which are moves I really like, because they get instant offense off the bench. And Jordan Clarkson, he's a professional scorer. And you talked about Yabusele. He's one of those guys that is going to be a glue guy. And listen, they've got talent. They've got depth at every position. They can shoot it. I think defensively they could take another step. But to your point, when you look at that Eastern Conference, there's no reason to believe, if you're a New York Knicks fan, that you can't find yourself back in that Eastern Conference Finals next season.
Tolo Smith continues to struggle this half, right at the paint, at the rim, I should say. McCullough misses that layup, and here comes Detroit. Klintman, transition three, no. Akporti grabs a rebound. We got a foul underneath. You know, the interesting part about that defensive thing, and, you know, Tom Thibodeau known as a defensive coach, Mike Brown certainly known as a defensive coach. When your best two players are Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns, the front end of your defense, the back end of your defense, and those two are not necessarily known for their defense, how do you make up for that other ways?
Well, listen, they may not be, but look at the core of everybody else. And what are they known for? Mitchell Robinson, the defensive-minded player. Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. These are all defensive-minded players. So sometimes, and again, it's not about Tom Thibodeau. Sometimes it's your system. It's your scheme that you're trying to run. I do think that they're going to have to hold those two guys more accountable. I think they are going to have to be more impactful defensively. And it's not about steals or whatnot, but you can't be a liability defensively, because I don't care how good that supporting cast is. You need those other guys to step up.
McCullough with the good defense, but it bounces to Holland, and Holland knocks down the three, and that's what we wanted to see today. He's been aggressive all over the place, but had not seen that outside shot yet. That was one of the off-season points of emphasis for Ron Holland, to improve that three-point shooting. Here he is, second straight look at a three, and he knocks it down. Cade Cunningham putting up the three fingers as he celebrates his teammate's bucket.
And to me, if Holland just becomes a consistent three-point shooter, I don't think there's going to be a scenario where they're putting the ball in his hands a lot based on their personnel. But he's going to get opportunity. Oh, yeah. He gave it up.
Well, they get it back to him. Smith tries to find Ron Holland, but Gaudier knocks it out of bounds. That'll lead us to a timeout. But over the last couple, it's been Ron Holland's opus. First, the fortuitous bounce.
I like what you did there with that Holland's opus.
Thanks, pal.
I might have some tonight.
while you're chewing down that $8.99.
Oh, man, prime rib, baby. Tony Roma's.
minds and executives. That's the card you gave me, right, to read?
Yeah, that's very kind of you.
Trajan Langdon, the president of basketball operations for the Detroit Pistons, and he has done a sensational job putting together a great young roster that really came on strong and gave the Knicks all they could handle in the first round last year. So much ground that we can cover here. Let's just start with this. You're on the job for a year. You hired JB.
Yeah.
And how would you assess all that transpired over the last 12 months?
A lot of positive stuff, and definitely things that we did not anticipate coming with the success that we had, but very excited about the group that we have, and obviously expectations have been heightened and raised, and our group is excited about that. We've got a lot of our vets here, as you can see on the baseline, and JB and his staff have done a tremendous job, you know, setting this foundation now and going forward.
Can I just follow up on that? And Greg and I were talking about this. You combined what you just talked about and the success you guys had coming on strong with the elephant in the room about the Eastern Conference being as wide open as it ever has. Playing now with expectations.
Yeah.
How is that something that is addressed? Is it something that has to be acknowledged? And how do you expect this group to handle that?
I think they know. I think they want it. You know, at this time last year when I first took the job, these guys, when we signed our veterans, they were talking about making the playoffs. So now they do want to take the next step. I mean, they're hungry. They support each other. They work their butts off. They're highly competitive. They thought they left some stuff on the table in that Knicks series, obviously with Stu getting hurt and not having J.I. and now bringing him back into the mix. I think our group is really excited, and we have the additions of Duncan and Karras, and I think you know, a little bit more veteran experience and some really good human beings coming in the door.
Well, we're getting ready to go to break. I got a couple questions for you as well.
You mind sticking around? You're not getting away with just
hang out for a couple minutes.
I figured that wasn't going to work, right? Minute 30 wasn't going to work.
We'll do an Alaskan basketball buffet when we come back.
All right, sounds good, guys.
Oh, look, I'm bottomless. Just like bottomless apps for $9.99 at Buffalo Wild Wings.
All right, so before we left you for that timeout, there was a coach's challenge, unsuccessful challenge. It will be a block.
Man, that looks like a charge to me. I know what you think. No bias.
It was close. Trajan Langdon, the president of basketball operations with the Pistons, joining us here. It's been all Detroit. They lead it 62-47, GA.
Yeah, your summer league group has been really impressive, and you can see how they're establishing the same type of identity that you put forth with the big squad. You know, this summer, I should say, the situation with Malik Beasley, it's got to be a challenge because you go into the offseason with an expectation of what the roster is going to look like, and him obviously being a part of it after such a great season. You're throwing a curveball, and explain to the folks how now you got all of a sudden go to plan. I don't even know if there was a plan B in that regard, but you had to kind of turn the tables quickly and figure out a way to add the depth that was necessary for you guys to stay a contender in that Eastern Conference.
Yeah, Malik had an incredible season, not only between the lines, but in the locker room. He's one of our leaders, and you know, he got our guys together, and on and off the floor, he was amazing for us, and obviously a historic season shooting the ball and scoring. And give credit to my front office group and making sure that we have guys that if things fall through, you always have to have worst case scenario. We thought Malik would come back, but there's always a chance that you're not getting that guy. And unfortunately, there are different, you know, reasons happen that were out of our control, but we were ready to pivot when that time came, and I thought we did a decent job getting the you know, the difficult situation we were in.
Do you think with Duncan Robinson and Karis LeVert, do you think you now have enough shooting to surround Cade Cunningham?
I definitely hope so. I think Duncan has shown throughout his career his ability to make threes and stretch the floor, and has played in a lot of big-time games with that Miami Heat organization. And I think Karis brings a dynamic where you can play him at the 1, 2, or 3, given the players that you have on the floor with him and the lineup that you're facing on the other side. So I think there's a lot of experience, and it gives us a lot more versatility and size on the floor as well. So we're excited about the group that we have. And obviously you saw Ron Holland hit a couple corner threes a second ago, so that'll help space the floor for him as well.
You know, talk a little bit about him and Jaden Ivey, because that, to me, Ivey's a guy that in a lot of ways nobody's talking about, but he's got to be a big part. And obviously with what's transpired this offseason, his ability to handle the basketball, because in today's NBA, you need 2 or 3 guys that can make plays at all 3 levels. And I got to believe the expectation is that he is going to take on a bigger role this season.
Yeah, Greg, I think you make a great point. A lot of people talk about the losses of Malik, Tim, and obviously Dennis, 3 guys that were great for us last season. But J.I. was having an incredible season before he got hurt early January. His first 2 months of the season, he was fantastic on both sides of the floor. So he looks good out on the floor now. He is ready to go. You know, we're doing vet workouts here, and he looks really good, and the best that he's looked since coming off that injury. So we're excited to have him back. But like you said, he's going to be a big part of our team on both sides of the ball.
You know, a guy you took with you from New Orleans, Fred Vinson, shooting coach extraordinaire, was reading the other day how he's really been in the gym with Ron Holland this summer. He has been ultra aggressive here today. I think many of us from the outside, first of all, we were surprised when you took him at 5. We didn't know that he would play 81 games as much as he did. But now it feels like there's like this next level that you guys are preparing for with him. What do you want to see from him, and what has Fred, specifically one of the great shooting coaches in our game, done with him?
You know, the one thing that we liked about Ron when we took him is just the competitive nature, the work ethic, and that he is about basketball. Yeah. He wants to be the greatest player that he can be, and he puts the time and he puts the work in, and he's a great teammate. Everything that we thought he was going to be, he's been in this year that he's been with us. And you talk about time in the gym, focused, intentional work with Fred. You can see the difference in his shot, and it's because he's put the work in, and he's really paid attention, and he's wanted to learn and get better. So all the things that we thought about him have shown to be true about the basketball player and the person. So it's been great watching his development. But when we talk about this summer for him, it's come out and compete, get out here on the court and play to win games, make everybody else better, but play both ends of the floor and get out here and compete and try to win games. So.
And Trajan, talk a little bit, like sometimes the average fan doesn't understand, like people just look at actual talent, but when you're drafting and you've got your foundation, you're looking for fit. And in terms of what you guys want to surround Cade and Jaden with, why him at 5 was such a good fit for you in terms of what he brings to the table.
Yeah, I think I knew at the time I was going to hire JB, even though I hadn't done it yet when we picked Ron at 5. But I thought with the group that we have, he was going to be a great fit, just size, versatility, being able to defend multiple positions. I felt in time he'd be able to be a secondary ball handler and make plays, whether it's off the glass or second side. But his ability to get to the rim, draw fouls, I thought he was a lot more unselfish than he got credit for when he was at Ignite. And I just felt that the human being and the competitor was going to be great for our group and for the city and for the fans.
What's the next step for Cade?
I mean, whatever he wants. But he had an incredible season. I think I've talked a little bit about it. JB has, but I think he wants to continue to iterate up on both sides of the floor. I think those three letters MVP is something that he wants to strive for. He's working to get in better shape, working on that three ball a little bit more. But there's just so much to his game, the versatility, and I think him getting a taste of the postseason against a really good Knicks team is driving not only him but this whole group in terms of what they need to do this summer to prepare for the 82 games, and then hopefully when we get into that first round series next year.
And to your point with Kate, I made this point, you know, and if you look at our game, there's probably only 6 guys that can actually control a game. And he seems to be one of those guys. I mean, he showed tremendous growth. And it's not just about stats. And that's the thing you understand in your position. Your ability to understand flow, how to keep others involved, but yet still impress your skill set on the game. He seems to have really taken that step last year.
I couldn't say it any better, Greg. I think his ability to know when to push the gas pedal in the game, know when to get other people involved. I think he can take a quarter off in terms of scoring and impact the game in other ways. But then when it's needed, know that he can step up and do what's needed to win games too. So I think he showed the whole package, and he just wants to continue to iterate upwards and get better as a player and as a leader. And I think his day-to-day approach, he gained the respect of all the young guys, but also more importantly all the vets coming in, and they know that this is his team. But he does it in a way where it's not ostentatious. It's like, I'm going to be a leader and I'm going to do this because I'm going to help everybody else get better, and as a team we're just going to be better because I play in a certain way and do, you know, raise the level of everybody else on the court with him.
Good defense there by Holland, turning it into offense. Ron Holland, he's now got 19 points.
It was actually bad offense by the Knicks, and he just happened to be in the right spot there for the deuce.
Last thing I want to ask you about here as the Pistons continue to dominate, up by 19. For those people watching at home who've not had the opportunity to meet or have a conversation with JB Bickerstaff, he is as impressive as a human being as there is in the league when you just shake his hand. So for me, it's kind of an obvious question, but what is it that has allowed him to have such an immediate impact on this organization?
I think our players realize that he cares about them not only as basketball players but also as human beings.
Yeah.
And he truly wants all of these guys to have an opportunity to reach their potential. And I think for us as an organization, we want to put the resources around these guys where they can reach the potential. So the synergy between our organization and him, and these guys feeling that he actually cares day to day. He's not just tapping in with them about their role on the team, but also what's going on with them, with their family, with the kids. What can he do better to put them in a better position to be successful? And I think they really feel that care factor throughout the course of the season, and he really is thinking about these guys as individuals and not just as basketball players.
You see the growth of the Pistons over the last 7 seasons here. You know, I love that you said that, because I hear so many people, even people who are in the game, kind of poo-poo the relationship aspect of basketball or sports. But there is a value to it. It goes, like, you have to be great X's and O's. You have to be able to make adjustments. But that relationship part of it, especially today, maybe more than ever, is important.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I mean, it's in all avenues of life, right? Like, if you want to convey and express a message, but you've never connected with that person, doesn't matter how smart you are, or if you might be able to give the person the best knowledge in the world, but if you haven't connected with that person doesn't trust you, it doesn't matter what advice you do give them, because they're not going to listen to you. They don't think that person has the best thing. You know, they have the best mindset for them. So I think it played a huge part in our success last year, when these guys understood, like, look, we want all of you guys to be better individually, but we want us to be the best possible team that we can be at the end of the season. I think we did that.
All right, last thing for you. Back in the day, one-on-one, Trajan Langdon, Greg Anthony.
Oh my goodness!
Playing
in the day,
played at 21.
That was a lot of days ago.
No, Greg had me back in the day. It wasn't even close.
Trajan was a heck of a player. Trajan was a really, really hell of a player, competitor. high character guy. And even back then, because Coach Gerg and I would talk about this, Frazier used to work out with Coach Gerg a lot. We knew one day he'd literally be running the team just because of his personality. And something he said is so vital, like the ability to connect. I mean, when you can bring out the best in others, I mean, it speaks volumes about JB, about Trajan. Cade has that similar kind of personality because he really wants his teammates to succeed, and they sense and feel that. That's why that trust is so strong, and it does. It starts at the top with how they run their organization.
I'm excited about our group. We got a hell of a group of guys, as you see, sitting on the baseline, and it's been fun watching these guys out on the court because they brought it today and done exactly what JB and Coach Vitale have asked for in preparation for not only this game but the whole summer league. So this has been fun.
Hustle here, loose ball.
That's what Ron does.
Yeah, he's been all over the place.
Think about it, 20-point game late in the third. He's diving on the floor, going for loose balls. That's leadership.
No question.
Ron said he came into Summer League with a chip on his shoulder. It's been a busy summer for you. We know you still got some more work to do to fill out the roster, a couple more spots available. We look forward to seeing what you do, and we know it's going to be an exciting season for you guys as you take that next step. Spotlight's going to be on you, so it's going to be fun.
I know our guys want it, and they're looking forward to it and excited about it, so appreciate you guys having me on.
Trajan Langdon doing great work.
Thanks,
one of the
guys.
great up-and-coming basketball minds in our game with leading up this Detroit Pistons team who nearly got these Knicks in that first-round series.
Questionable call at the end there.
Was it questionable?
Was it?
I mean, I know you got your Knicks roots.
I'm just keeping it real.
I know.
It was I thought it was a foul. You're the first to acknowledge it.
I was going to say it was questionable.
You got to be politically correct. I can't throw the official.
You still can, get
the
fined in
bus.
Summer League, just letting you know.
What's that?
You still can get fined in Summer League.
Can you?
Well, you want to try?
No.
No.
You want to just tell us how you really feel about the call?
We have good refs in our league, and they do their best. And like all of us, we make mistakes. But I thought it was a hell of a series. I thought it was a great series, not only for us, but for the league. So.
Oh, it was sensational. The fact that 3 of your 4 losses were by a total of 6 points. Unbelievable.
And that questionable call.
Yeah.
It doesn't, like, you're using the word questionable. I think you don't know the definition of questionable because I feel like you're saying it was not.
Bro, I can't tell you. I went to the Ivy League of the Desert. I know what the definition is. Stop.
How do you Duke and UNLV guys get along?
I think we're okay.
Yeah.
Now it's been 35 years.
We're intellectually compatible. That's all. Don't be a hater.
You know, he told his wife that she went to Duke Medical School and that doesn't count.
What doesn't count? Duke Medical School?
Yeah, it doesn't count as a Duke alum. Oh, the buzzer! It goes!
That was impressive.
That's why you keep it up.
It's good for TV.
Yeah. Trajan Langdon, great work. Appreciate you.
Great to see
We're
you.
still working on Jared. He got that haterade in the system. He can't help it. He went to Hofstra. What are you gonna do?
Or lacrosse school. The 3 hoisted up by Diawara. It goes. We'll come back with fourth quarter action. Pistons up big.
People, they're good for squad goals and squad. People are good for these kinds of cheers and these kinds of cheers. Jim Beam, best enjoyed together. Official spirit of U.S. soccer.
Always dry scoop before you run.
Listen to me. A hot dog diet got me shredded. It's time we listen to science. One A Day is formulated with key nutrients to support whole body health. One A Day. Science that matters.
But at the end of the
Playing together, playing physical, playing defense, and that's really what it's all about. We've been working on that all training camp, and we're coming out here trying to showcase that.
So it's difficult sometimes for players when they transition from one team to another, but because now it's the off season, what's the advantage there?
It's a lot of the leadership qualities that I have. I feel like me having a year already in the NBA, I kind of got a lot of knowledge and information that I can pass on to these guys, and we can all just learn off each other, and I feel like that's what we've been doing well.
Appreciate your time. Good luck.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
While we were talking to Trajan Langdon, Ron Holland decided to absolutely take over the game. He had 18 third-quarter points. He's got 25 on the night. Pistons have been dominant from start to finish on both sides of the basketball. Lead at 77-56. They grab another rebound. Comes out. Nice contest there by Dottier, but Ziegler comes up with it here for Detroit. Great conversation with Trajan Langdon. Appreciate all the time. Got himself a young, up-and-coming squad. This conversation, there's Keels for three. Largest lead of the night now at 24. What do you think? Where would you have the outlook for the Pistons right now?
I think they've got a really good chance to have home court in the first round. I do think, and again, a lot of what Trajan and his staff had to do was probably not what they had originally planned to do because of the Beasley situation. But with the chaos, in essence, we have in that Eastern Conference and the ascension they're making, they have a chance to find themselves at home court in the first round.
Quick timeout here to start the fourth quarter. We'll take it with them. 82-58 Detroit.
My dad's in the NBA. No way. It's true. It's true. He's never shot a basket or anything, but he has a ton of assists. Is your dad in the NBA? Mine is. He's a really big deal. Ever heard of him? Ever heard of him? Ever heard of him? What can I say? He's a pro. See ya.
We're proud to support the healthcare pros who
It has been the Ron Holland show here as he makes his 2025 Vegas debut. 18 third-quarter points. He's got 25 on the night. Doing it from every level. 7 of 11 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3, and 8 of 13 from the free throw line.
You got to work on those free throws. That's the only thing he hasn't done at a high level. And the thing that I love most about what Holland has done tonight is, you know, you can look at the scoring, but all the other stuff, what they're going to need him to do next year. He's comfortable as a primary defender. He's comfortable as an energy guy, as an activator. You know, he makes so many momentum plays for you out on the floor that just really energize your team. Those are the kinds of guys that allow you to play high-level basketball.
Well, Marjan Beauchamp is going to go to the free throw line for the Knicks. Beauchamp today, 12 points, 5 of 14. He leads the team. Knicks just 2 of 18 from three-point territory. That's been a big part of the issue this afternoon. Summer League rolls on here in Vegas on NBA TV, ESPN, and the ESPN app. Still to come tonight. Wizards and Suns, 9 Eastern on ESPN. Blazers and Warriors at 11. Then tomorrow on ESPN, Cooper Flag, second Summer League game. Mavericks take on the Spurs at 4 o'clock. Could get 1 versus 2,
right?
Potentially. Bailey's been dealing with a bit of an injury. Hopefully he gets out there and plays tomorrow. Ziegler downtown for Detroit. He backs it home.
ATM's open.
So this Knicks team taking one on the chin here in the opener. They've got some guys on this rotation that could help Mike Brown. We'll see how deep he goes into the roster, but we talked about Tyler Kolek. This guy, Ariel Hockporty, could get some run. Dig paint with the unconventional release.
You know, you pull for all the guys here. You hope they all are able to get and fulfill their potential. I will say, just again, it's only one game. I think in terms of the Knicks, these guys, they'll be better as the summer league progresses. But it's going to be a challenge for anybody on this summer league roster to find themselves in the rotation. If you're truly looking at yourself as a championship contender. But it's a long season. You're going to have 15 guys on that roster, and over the course of that season, everyone's going to have opportunities to contribute.
Tolo Smith gets rejected by Hockporty. And a loose ball. Pate comes up with it. Dadier off the window. Knicks get within 21.
Great job there on the block, running down that loose ball, and then the kick ahead to create that easy opportunity in transition.
So since this is your last quarter of Sunday basketball,
I'm bummed
I don't know
about
if we're going to see you on television for a while.
No, you're not.
Corner three ball by Detroit, no good. Beauchamp comes down with it. Let's put you on the spot.
Okay.
So Eastern Conference, you feel like the obvious. Cleveland, New York, right? Are those the two teams that are in tier 1 of the Eastern Conference, or no?
I'm, to be honest, I don't know who's going to be in that tier. I think the Knicks are going to have higher expectations. And anytime the expectations rise, that creates a different type of pressure.
Sure.
And you've still got to get through the season healthy. There's still question marks about the depth. So not taking anything away from them. Even with as good as Cleveland is, does Evan Mobley take another step? Are they going to look to tweak their roster some? We have to wait and see how Darius Garland's foot heals. You know, he's 5 months in now. They're saying that he could potentially miss the start of the season. Is he able? Because that means he's missing a lot of training camp. Is he going to be able to get back to the level we saw from a few seasons ago? Milwaukee, much improved. Detroit, do the moves they made improve them? Orlando, on paper, much improved. Miami and Atlanta might be the most intriguing team in the conference based on what they've done this past offseason. And, you know, we haven't even talked about Philadelphia, partly because they were 13th last year. So that'd be a hell of a jump for them, even though with a guy like Embiid, is he going to be healthy this year? We don't know. So I just think as a fan of the NBA, I'm excited because of the uncertainty, right? Like, that's to me what brings about excitement, because we don't know. I just don't know. I'm not willing to go out just yet and say who is going to be the best, but I do think the Knicks and I think Cleveland have a chance to be teams that should be able to maybe have home court in the first round.
Of these young up-and-coming rosters, Detroit, Orlando, I don't know if you want to throw Atlanta into that mix. They've got some more veteran guys. Which rosters do you think are most prepared for the 82-game marathon as Smith gets the lay-in?
That's a really good question. Because you've had such turnover, you got to wait and see how the guys connect, how the chemistry develops. It's just so hard because we played this. We went through this last year on paper with Philly. Everybody thought Philly was going to be this juggernaut. They finished 13th in the conference. And so, and because, yeah, injury plays a role, fit plays a role. We just have to kind of wait and see how it plays out. But, yeah, I'm excited to see a lot of these. I'm probably most intrigued with Atlanta just because they made wholesale changes. And that was a team that I didn't necessarily think going into free agency would be as active and successful in the deals that they made.
We're going to get a timeout on the court. Atlanta, of course, big piece.
We didn't even mention Boston.
Did not. Still have a good court despite all the losses and injuries they have. We got the final 4:20 when we come back.
Give me a
Wembanyama, the face of Summer League a couple of years ago. This year, all eyes on Cooper Flagg. Tomorrow, he's expected to take on...
That would be a pretty fun matchup.
Well, we'll see it in the regular season a bunch of times. Dylan Harper, hopefully we get him in action. He's not suited up yet for the Spurs. Just the game yesterday, but 1 versus 2 on the schedule tomorrow here in Vegas. Second of 4 games on NBA TV today. Ron Holland still in the game and still scoring. He has been unbelievable today. 28 points. He just knocked down his 4th 3, and he has done everything today that was on his checklist for Summer League.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he's still in the game.
Yeah.
Again, he's done so much. He's played at such a high level here. And again, just a terrific tone setter. And you can see why Trajan Langdon and his staff were so excited about what he could bring to the table. And the shot looks terrific. And that's where he's going to get a lot of opportunity, those corner threes.
So 28 points today, 2 better than any game he had last year as a member of the Pistons. Tolo Smith, nice lefty move, but it doesn't go down. 40 comes down with it, goes off of the Knicks. It'll be Detroit basketball. Twice last year, Ron Holland scored 26 points, once versus Boston and once versus New Orleans. The game against Boston in December was the notable game because he had 20 of those 26 in the 4th quarter.
That's impressive. Against the champion, defending champs at the time.
Chaz Lanier in some trouble. 1 second on the shot clock, and he buries it. Chaz Lanier.
That was a big-time shot. Tyler Kolek had defended it about as well as you could.
Right back down the other way. Dottier. He's now got 17. Corner, 3. Lanier, no. 3 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Wire-to-wire Pistons. McCullough denied entrance.
Great timing there. That was close to goaltend, but great effort there to come up with that block.
Bobby Klintman coming over and swatting it. 6'9", 225 out of Wake Forest.
Klintman's had some really good moments here tonight as well. Their team collectively has been impressive on both sides of the ball.
Ron Holland will check out. Gets a smattering of applause here from the Pistons fans that are here at the Pavilion. Knicks will pull their starters. Hawkporty, Tyler Kolek, their days are done. Kevin McCullough Jr., his day is done. Knicks are going to go down and defeat 2 areas where they really struggled. 3-point shooting, 4 of 22, and they committed 15 turnovers. It wasn't that bad, except for the fact that those 15 turnovers resulted in 25 Detroit points.
And 12 of them were in the first half. So the game in a lot of ways was decided in the first half. And those turnovers allow that separation to be created. And the Pistons, when they didn't turn over, executed at a really high level offensively.
Free ball by Diawara. He was the Knicks' second-round pick this year. That's off target. Got 2 more games coming up from the Pavilion on NBA TV. After this one, you'll see the Bulls and Raptors. Then it's the Clippers and Rockets. And that Rocket team will look a lot different.
Again, that's one of those teams. I mean, on paper, they look incredible. They really do. And then it's just a matter of how do the pieces fit? How does it all go together?
Clippers, too, have really done some nice things to their roster. They add John Collins. They add Brook Lopez behind Ivica Zubac. Garcia, mid-range jumper, falls for the
they did lose
Norman
Powell, which is a tremendous loss. A lot of people thought he should have been an all-star last year, and had we had 15-man rosters like we should, Adam Silver, he would have been an all-star. But there's some speculation out there that Bradley Beal may potentially agree to a buyout.
And then would land as a free agent with the Clippers.
I'm just, that's what's out there in rumorville.
Emirates NBA Cup returns to Las Vegas December 13th and 16th. Get access first to experience all the live action with NBA experiences. Visit NBAevents.com to purchase tickets and experiences. Yeah, so you think about the amount of talent here. That backcourt, James Harden, Bradley Beal, Kawhi Leonard. See if John Collins is in the starting lineup, or Derek Jones Jr., who was a starter, stays in there. You got Ivica Zubac. You got Brook Lopez coming off the bench.
Yeah, that's, again, another really good team. And the thing about the players they brought in, they fit well. Like, sometimes it gets lost with John Collins, but he's a terrific lob threat. Well, James Harden's one of the best ever with lobs, especially out of the pick and roll. He's also an incredible three-point shooter, over 40% last year in Utah. So sometimes it's about getting guys that fit your personnel, and that's something that the Clippers have done. Remember, 1 game away from advancing, that 7th-game loss in the first round to the Nuggets.
Obviously, we'll have to see if Bradley Beal's buyout goes through, and then eventually if the Clippers do sign him. But that's where multiple reports have him going, if indeed that happens. 8 gets hit. Hey, how about that? Is that a 3-point shot?
Yes.
That is the 5th 3-point shooter to be fouled in this building today.
Yeah, that's
2 games.
Well, we talked about it. You're going to see more and more of that just because of the frequency of the 3-point shot. And you can see on that one, 3 guys tried to contest. I think the Knicks have a crowd favorite coming in.
A fan favorite is about to check into the ball game here for the New York Knicks, and I hope we get to see the ball in his hand as Dink Pate shoots the free throw. First of 3.
Pronounce the name. Look, come on, don't leave the fans hanging.
Udai Baba is about to check in.
I hope you don't die.
That was awful.
You didn't think? I thought it was pretty good.
Your kids like your dad jokes?
Yeah, they do.
Here comes.
They think I'm cool.
Udai Baba from Japan, known as Tokyo Drift, for the speed he plays with.
Ooh, okay. We about to see. I'm about to check this out.
Last year in Japan, averaged 14.5 points per game. He last played in America. This is his first game in the States since the 22-23 season, when he was a member of the Texas Legends of the G League.
Now, do you know who's the most famous player from the Japan League?
Why don't you tell us?
I don't know.
Oh.
I was wondering, hoping you did. That's why I asked. I have no clue.
Yeah, there haven't been many that have made the NBA. Rui Hachimura.
Well, he didn't play over there, though. He didn't play in the league. See, you're not listening to the question. I see why you went to Rikers Island. I see why you just got out on parole.
People are just tuning in, by the way. Have no context for what you're saying.
That's all right. They got
time in prison.
They got social media. There you go.
Utah Watanabe.
Our producer, Mr. Shapiro, came with Utah. I don't know. Did he play over there, though? See, y'all keep thinking I didn't say the most famous Japanese player. I said who's the best Japanese player from
Pass by Baba.
Oh, almost. That played in their league. Y'all, come on, man. You gotta listen to the question. You'd be so quick to want to answer that you don't hear the question.
64 seconds.
That explains that GPA right there. That's it in a nutshell. You can't answer the question until you listen to the entire question. Come on.
At the line, Lance Ware. Lance Ware's roots with the Knicks run deep.
This is what we call Phil, ladies and gentlemen.
Phil, yeah.
Got a
good block
theme that has been decided for a while.
For about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Under a minute to play, and under a minute in Greg Anthony's season on the air.
Oh, man, I'm bummed about that. I'm going to have to go somewhere special to get over it. That $8.99 prime rib at Tony Robbins, baby. I'm on my way. You know what? I'll treat you tonight. You like prime rib?
No, thanks. I got to work tomorrow, and I can't risk what might happen.
No, we do not want to mess with that figure. That is for sure.
It is a figure. Just a figure 8.
Do you not eat prime rib? No.
I love prime rib.
Okay. And you've never had it from Tony Robbins?
Never. No.
You don't know what you missed.
Zakai Ziegler, the only 4-time all-defensive selection in SEC history, knocking down some free throws for the Pistons, who have put on a clinic here against the New York Knicks, and they're going to win their opener in the 2025 Las Vegas Summer League. Big tape, fancy ball handling.
There have been a few impressive teams. I got to say, I think this Pistons Summer League team, for the games that I've been a part of, has been the most impressive. On both sides of the ball. They've been really good.
Still disappointed. Udai Baba has not shown off his speed or his ability.
Yeah, I've been waiting on to see that Tokyo drift.
Yeah, come on. We got 17 seconds left.
It's not looking like it's going to happen.
The ball back here. There's a shot clock, game clock differential. Oh, Grant tried to jump the basket. Good block there. Garcia comes up with the offensive board. Here comes the Knicks. 5 seconds to go. Get it to Baba.
Kick it ahead.
Oh. And that's how the game's going to end. Baba boom. Detroit wins it big. 104-86. It was Ron Holland's opus all night long. 18 of his 28 coming in the third quarter. And the second-year pro said he came in with a chip on his shoulder. And that thing looked like a boulder today. Boy, was he good. Holland doing it on all 3 levels. Our final score, Detroit, 104-86 over New York. The wire-to-wire win for Greg Anthony, Stephanie Reddy, our producer, Greg